Hi, welcome back to everybody on YouTube. We are listening to ESI AFI 1, their album entitled Electricity. We're going to play some Pauper MTGO. Oh, got a game right there. We're on Fairy Ninjas. This is good. So we are starting out. Already got one of those. We don't have enough mana for that. Oh, Urza. You know, part of me thought we were still playing against that. Oh, it's back to my turn? Wow. Okay. So we don't have ninjutsu. I think we leave up Force Spike. Roll up my sleeves for this one. Yeah, Force Spike. There we go. Got that ninjutsu about to happen. Some card draw. Expedition map for opponent. So we go Fairy Seer. Scry. Do we need more islands or what? Could probably use one. Let's go ahead and move. Well, no, let's do this. No, they're tapped out. Sorry for the back and forth. Okay. Now I do have Spell Stutter Sprite. Draw 2 cards, which would put us at... You know what? I think we just want to pass. And use Spell Stutter Sprite on 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We'll slow them down a little bit. So that's 2 expedition maps that we're able to hit. Wow. So Urza. Force Spike. Got an island. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast this. Then we'll pass. So the Force Spike, I don't think is really going to do too much. They really got to tap out for Force Spike. What we could do is actually snap our spell stutter sprite and then counter something that way. We could counter something for 3. So that... Oh, they're going big. When you cast the spell, draw a card. It does have flying. And they do have mana to pay for it, and it is above 3. So, I guess we let it hit. And I'll go ahead and snap it. Got that counter. Brian Barrow Intruder. So we're just gonna hard counter when they cast that spell again. Yeah, that ain't happening, brother. Alright, I got a chromatic star there. Casting it. Oh, okay. Urza's Tower. Is that it for them? Looks like it. Let's do it. Fairy Seer. Go ahead and scry too. You know, we might... I don't know. Might be able to use that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on board. So go ahead and snap this back. Got the W there. What are they doing? Artifact. I think we can probably ditch Force Spike. And maybe even Spell Pierce. Probably, we'll keep 1 Spell Pierce and we'll go down 1 Snare Master Sprite. Yeah. Game 2 here. opponent starting off. Gonna be kind of a slow start for us here. Probably hit a null here on our next turn. Yep. I'm locked in, man. They're ready to counter basically whatever opponent. There we go. There's some, oh, no, they're searching. Urza's tower. Okay. Got something. Thank you, Jesus. Let's go like that. Like that. Looking alright. Looking alright. Come on, cast something big, baby. You got that 7 mana? Yeah, I don't think so, Tim. That ain't happening right now. I think we go... Actually... Let's just pay the full 2. Okay, we got a snap. Let's go ahead and scry. I feel like we probably could use a land here now. Very miscreant and of one mind. Let's do that. So we are tapped out here. Might have to snap. Was that Pulse of Marasa? Okay. Counter. Oh, reach. Another one of the reach. I think we go... Let's draw some cards here. And... let's go ahead and snap this back. Hang on, what are we doing here? Choose target creature. I chose that one. What's going on? Oh, we got lag? We got lag. Okay. Hang on, let's just cancel that because that was weird. Come on, bro. Okay. Whoa! What happened?
Nexus Aquarian 0343 just followed.
Nexus Aquarian 0343, thank you so much for following. How are you? How are you doing this wonderful, beautiful evening? I hope you're doing well. How's things? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining. We're listening to some Signal Wave, as it's known. Thank you for the follow. Nexus Aquarian in the house. Hope you're doing well. Playing some Good Looking for Teachers. Teachers for what? For magic cards? I'm playing Pauper here. Oh, yeah, I might not be the one to go to for teachers. Wow. Oh my goodness. This thing has reach too. They just killed all my creatures, bro. Fiery cannonade. I'm looking for teachers for this game. Okay, yeah. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to call out what I'm doing here. So basically, got this instant speed here. This isn't the best move because I'm not quite sure where to begin. As far as teachers, but yeah, I've been playing for a while. So that has Cascade. So that was maybe not. Excuse me. Maybe not the best idea to cast it, to cast that snap. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him again. Basically, it has reach, which means it can block flyers, and I've got flyers that I'm trying to... So even though it kind of didn't work out in my favor... Let me get... So, I'm playing ninjas. So basically, if they can't block it, like this one here, then I swap out the creature with a ninja. And so this guy draws me a card. So they just wiped out my entire board. So I kind of have to start over here, which is frustrating. and they keep casting this huge creature, man. Like, then they just wiped my board again. They just killed everything again. Explain Cascade to me, because I have, or actually I combined both both the Recon from New Horizon 3 Eldrazi with Precon with a Void. Gorgeous. It's one to make a colorless deck. Okay, yeah. So Cascade, as I understand it, so they cast a creature that has Cascade. And so, like, let's see if we can see the mana cost of this creature. Let's say it's 7, right? After you cast it, you're able to cast another spell that costs less than that. We can actually look up. I'm down bad in this game, bro. I'm down real bad. But Cascade basically, like, lets you cast something that's cheaper. Spell Stutter Sprite. We're basically kind of dead on board here, more or less. But let me look up the definition for you, because it is a bit complicated. Okay, so when you cast a spell, exile the cards from your top of your library until you exile a non-land card. Okay, that costs less. So that's what they're doing. So they cast a 7 mana spell. They exile cards from the top of their library until they find something that costs less than the first card, and then they get to cast that for free. Now, what happens with that exiled card, I might, like all the cards they exile, I might need to look that up. Maybe they just stay exiled. I'm not 100% certain. But we're basically dead. Oh, I can counter this. So this one would have gained them some life. So that's pretty sweet. They are tapped out on the reach. Oh, see, as soon as I said that. Okay, yeah, so 2 cards enter. So see how this one card here costs less? So that's what they're doing. So let me say the spell is double attack, 2 mana. I can play another spell. It says triple attack for the cost of 1. I'm not sure if I understand the question necessarily. But see, let me see. We'll take a look at the definition after this game. And thank you so much for joining. I've actually been on here all day, and you're the first person to join in and say hello, so I appreciate it. I really, really do. We have to concede this game because we're not going to win it. So we're going into game 3. I don't know. We could do... I might try this weird card here, Bind the Monster. Pull out Spell Pierce. Pull out this one. Snap did some work, but it could also kind of come out. But yeah, so say the spell is double attack, 2 mana. I can play another spell that says triple. Like, do you mean like triple the attack power? So I guess in a sense, there's no limit to the attack power you could have. Like, you could literally have a creature that's like attack power like with like 100. And I think the other thing is maybe like thinking about like double strike. I don't know if there's such thing as like a triple strike, but that's the other thing. Is maybe you're talking about like a double strike kind of thing. But then there, so there's also double the attack power, and then there's also something called double strike. I hope that makes sense. I know it's confusing. Like, I get confused too. And that's why I enjoy playing on the computer, because to a large extent, all of the rules are already taken care of for you. So like, if you don't understand something, the computer's gonna do the right thing anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I just ninjutsu'd that, and that's a special type of like action that the ninja cards take. And then so I'm building up to this of one mind. So you try to make the spells cheaper. Yeah, I hope that was clear. Feel free to ask, if there's another way to phrase it. But yeah, I think that's the gist of it, is like, this game is crazy complicated, and it's been around for a very long time. And they keep adding new things to it, too. Like every couple months. Hang on, let me focus here for just a moment. So I'm gonna... Man... I'm actually gonna, like... So this guy requires me to discard, which is personally, to me, I don't like discarding things. So I'm actually going to ninjutsu my ninja. Because this other ninja just says draw a card. But this guy says discard a card if you draw it. But yeah, so I guess what I was saying earlier was like, the game's been around for a long time, and every set that comes out, they come up with a new thing. And so there's a board wipe. That's basically what we call it in the business. It's the board wipe. So a lot of what I'm doing here, and a lot of what most blue decks do, like add a card saying you cannot win, you cannot lose. Yeah, dude, there's actually several cards that do that. I'll show them to you here in a second. Platinum Angel and 9 lives. So check this out. We got... I'm trying to do 2 things at once, but this card here, flying, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. I forgot where I was at here. Okay. So I think I'm going to flash this in. So flash just means I can do it on the opponent's turn. Even though there was kind of no reason to, but I'm doing it so I can enable my ninja guy here. And so opponent knows, he saw this card earlier, so he knows I've got it. Okay, so there's the island. I want to cast this. I'm kind of... you know what? I'm gonna cast it. This is gonna be more expensive for me to play. Okay, Fairy Miscreant. I don't have any counters, so I'll just pay for that. But yeah, so check this out. Platinum Angel, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. So these guys have reach, which means they can block flyers. So what I'm going to do here is snap, return target creature. Now here's a... Yeah, so if it's a token, I know the rules can get so overwhelming. Let me... Actually, well, hang on. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. Yeah, let me cast that. Okay, and now I'm getting in for some attacks. And so I'm going to have to discard a card. It's going to draw and discard. Discard a card. I think I'm going to discard Brinebarrow Intruder. And then, so there's another way. Check out a card called 9 Lives. And so this one, hexproof. Hang on, we'll circle back. Sorry, I gotta pay attention here. Spell Stutter Sprite. I've only got one fairy, so that's not gonna cut it. Yeah, so I kind of just have to like let that happen. Let's go. Kind of want to keep that back because this deck has some big creatures in it. -2 attack power. So I'm gonna flash this in, and basically what I'm doing is I'm making their creature weaker. So see the -2 attack power, because it would have killed my creature. So do that, target this guy. And then so that'll kill that. And then I guess I pass. I've been streaming all day. I'm probably like 6 or 7 hours in. So I apologize if I'm sounding a bit brain fried at the moment, because I am. Oh, I can spell Stutter Sprite this. I can counter this spell. They're trying to, oh yeah, no, they're trying to get this board wipe back. So this card here gets cards back from their graveyard. So they were trying to destroy all my creatures. They got 2 cards in hand. Okay. I think I go like that, because I gotta get through. These creatures have reach, which means they get through with flyers. So we're gonna go ahead and swing in with everything. And then I think I'm gonna ninjutsu this, because this counters a spell, so I want to be able to like have it in my hand. Brine Barrow Intruder, and we'll discard an island because we got plenty of islands. Draw a card here. Counter spell, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. 2 hours for most streamers, that is the normal amount. Yeah, no, I've been... Oh my goodness. So like, I'm just starting out my channel. You're one of the first few followers here. And so I was on YouTube earlier. I streamed for like literally 4.5 hours. Hang on, I'm going to counter this spell. And then I've been on here on Twitch for 2.5 hours now. Oh, and we got the W. W's in the chat. Okay, so now we can talk. Now we can hang out. Sorry, I got to concentrate when I'm doing that. Let's just revel in the glory. Cheers. Glory to God. W's in the chat. And see this on the bottom right hand? It said they disconnected, which I think means that they got so mad that they closed down the client. For people who get paid for it, 5 hours or 6 hours are normal. Yeah, I'm not getting paid yet. So that's like what I'm trying to do, I guess. Is like, so on YouTube, I have 8 subscribers, and you need 1,000. You need 1,000 for them to even consider you to get paid. For me right now, your audio is lagging, but it's because of the hotspot of my workplace. Okay. No worries, you know. Sorry, you're fine. If I switch it to audio only, but I can't see if I do it, that's cool. You know, we can still kind of chat back and forth. But yeah, check out this card, 9 Lives. Yeah, so there's also, you know, like wacky ways to win. But yeah, to answer your other question, yeah, I've been streaming for a long time. Basically, I got off work special for noon, you know, for the holiday. I got off work at noon today. I'm on the East Coast in America. And then so I've been streaming ever since. I've actually been streaming for like 7.5 hours. Poison counters are fun. Yeah. Poison counters are a good time. There's a lot of ways to do different things with it. Do I have a... I don't know if I have a poison deck. Yeah, I do. This is mono green. And basically you got this creature with infect. This creature with infect. And what you try to do, at least for this deck here, is you try to make them bigger for the end of the turn. The thing is that this deck here, at least, is actually like very vulnerable. Actually, I'm starting to like it, Magic, because mostly of the card and not our face down in Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, yeah. You know, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh. I played Pokemon a little bit online, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh yet. Is that the one that has like Blue Eye, Snake Eye Dragon, or like White Eye, Blue Eye Dragon? Is that Yu-Gi-Oh? Or is that... I know there's a few different card games. And my mom found some Yu-Gi-Oh cards somehow and gave them to me, and I was like, I don't know what to do with it. I have no okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I have some awareness of Yu-Gi-Oh. I've never played it though. I played Pokemon. Pokemon was cool, you know. But yeah, it's like I'm not sure how it plays out. You know, it's interesting. I've been playing Magic. I'm 41 years old. Magic came out when I was like a kid, but my dad wouldn't let me play it. So I've actually gone back and forth with Magic my whole life. So like my dad wouldn't let me play it. So I started playing it. He said, "No, you're a kid. You can't do this." And then so I started playing other types of trading card games. Then I forgot about it. And then in 2010, I remembered. I was like, "Oh, Magic cards exist." And then so I started playing that. You know, I started playing again. And then about 2 years ago, I became a Christian. And then I was like, is this something that I should do? Is this okay for me to do as a Christian? And so I stopped playing for like 2.5 years, maybe like 3 years. And then it wasn't up until just like 2.5 weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I think that this is like maybe an okay thing to do. And I'm trying to bring glory to God and Jesus as I'm playing these games. And, you know, so yeah. That's that. You know, it's been a long time. To be legitimate with you, Blue Eye Dragon is one of decks that has the most printable card, dude. I know half Christian people who play D&D. Yeah, I don't know about half Christian, but it's crazy because like most of my life, like I was just I didn't believe. And I was just getting drunk all the time. And then even after I quit drinking alcohol, I still didn't believe. And like 2 years ago, man, it's the best thing ever. Like Jesus is the best thing ever. It really is, because this life here is so short. But yeah, no, D&D is cool. Like, you know, I've never played. Here, let me actually find some more fun music to play. So I always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. I had a couple different sets. Oh, I clicked on this. But I couldn't get my friends to play. Like I was like, come on, guys! Like I have everything we need. All we have to do is get together and hang out together and play. And like, nobody wanted to. They keep their faith separate from the game and life. Yeah, you know, I think it's really whatever you feel, I suppose, you know, like perhaps there's an argument to say it's okay, and maybe there's an argument to say that it's not okay. And I think that there's probably a Bible verse that I can't think of that speaks to that, perhaps. But yeah, you know, I think right when I first got saved, I was like, I don't know if this is good. And then now it's like, okay, maybe. Heck, one of them plays any religion character because they love to preach. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not necessarily, you know, I think preaching is a special calling. It's not necessarily my calling per se, but, you know, I try to end the videos by saying Jesus loves you. And I'm still getting a feel for this. Like, December 30th was the first time I started streaming on Twitch doing this. So I'm still feeling it out. And that's why I'm doing these long streams, is just because there's, and that's why I really appreciate you, just following and watching and chatting. I really do. It's 7:30 p.m. You're the first person I've talked to all day today, and I love you for that. I've been streaming Magic cards for 7.5 hours, bro, and you're the first person to say hello. So I'm more than happy to talk about anything you want to talk about. Also, smack a fool with Divine Smite. Yeah, absolutely. 7:30 in here as well as Florida. Yeah. Shout out to Florida. I got some friends down there. Got some family in South Carolina. I know it's not. And got some family in Georgia. I'm up in Delaware, and I'm from Maryland. And so Bowie is where I grew up. Bowie, Maryland. So that's kind of where I get the name Bowie Brad. But yeah, your other question about like not losing the game. This is a card here. So hexproof means that you. Let me turn the music down. Hexproof means that you can't target it. So like, let's say I have a spell that says like destroy enchantments. This one you can't do it. And then if a spell would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put a counter. And then when it loses, when it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. But then there's another enchantment that says you can't put counters on anything. And so, like, sure, there's probably a card, there's always a card that can get rid of another card, but no, you know what I mean? Like, if you see this come down, it's basically game over. But this is a rare card, it's kind of new. And that's what I like about playing Pauper. These are the, in theory, I'll show you the meta here. So you're only using common cards. So this is like the one I was just playing. So it's like cheap decks financially. So this one here, if you play online, is $62. And a lot of these cards go in other decks, and you buy them once, and you got them forever. And like, the meta doesn't change. And there's different formats. And they're so confusing that I don't even understand all of them. Like, if we go into... Like, it's literally crazy. It is... So look at this. We have... it is insane. Standard, Modern, Pioneer, Historic, Explorer, Timeless. I'm not done yet. Alchemy, Pauper, Legacy, Vintage, Penny Dreadful, Dual Commander, Commander, and Brawl. And then there's also... Common Commander, and then there's also something else too, bro. Like, it's crazy. Let me show you my list of my complete deck currently. 1 but 5 other decks not yet made, but it's 6 in total. Dino, Bears, Dragon, Dragonborn, Warhammer, the Precon. Most all of them will play Commander. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, if you want to link it, I should be able to take a look. Yeah, so it sounds like, the bears and the dinosaurs. That sounds like some red-green type stuff, which is cool. Like, I think everybody has their favorite colors that they like, and Nurkon's the Machine People. Oh, is that a Warhammer thing? I don't know about that. I know that they did a Warhammer collaboration. I haven't really seen it. They have so many, and then they got the Fallout collaboration, Lord of the Rings collaboration. It's getting so crazy. And so this, with Pauper here, it's just like, it doesn't change too much. Like, I'm actually playing, some of these decks are like 5 years old, and like, I lost a lot of games with him today, but you can also win some games with him too. Dino deck, Bears deck, Dragon, Dragonborn, and the rest. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like some red-green stuff. As you can see, I don't have any red-green. I've got red burn. I have 3 different types of burn deck, and so part of, I'm talking a lot. I'm talking quickly, but let me slow down. So I think the general idea here, right? So like let's say all I want to do is just play this deck right here. It's all black cards. It's my favorite thing. This is the only thing I want to play. What you kind of have to do though is you have to play red sometimes and really get to understand the mentality of of how to play it. So then when you're playing your black deck and you go up against red, you're like, "Oh, I know what you're going to do next because I know what I would do if I were in your shoes." And then so you kind of have to do that for almost every different type of deck essentially. And then throughout, sometimes they won't work, sometimes they will. What I'm doing here, I'm just going to drop as much knowledge on you as I can. What I'm doing here is something called net decking. Net decking, which is both acceptable and it's also frowned upon. So basically, what I did here, this guy. So I go here. It looks like, hey, this guy won 7 games. This must be good. Download. So I literally see this one here. I did change it. So this is my 3rd iteration, but I started out with just somebody else's deck that they made that performed well. But the other night there was a guy on Twitch, Fatal Gaming. Shout out to Fatal Gaming. Him and I made this deck together live on Twitch. It took us an hour, and it might not be the best, but we had a really good time making it. It's fun to play, and so the alternative would be like what they call brewing. So you kind of make a deck from scratch, and if you do something wild enough, you can catch people off guard. Because they call it the metagame for a reason. Like, let me go back to this other screen here. 18%. So let's say I just hit play a game, right? I just hit I want to play against somebody. There's an 18% chance that I'm going to play against just this one deck right here. 13% chance I'm going to play against this. 10%. So if you're playing something that's like not even 2%. If you're playing just some crazy stuff that you made up, if it works well, they're not gonna know what to do necessarily. Now they might still have answers for it, but it's definitely gonna catch them off guard because like they're gonna think maybe you're doing something else. But yeah, it's a fun game. Found a loophole. So there isn't a paragraph of text. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me open this up here. I think I should be able to... Let me see. This should bring up the chat here. Yeah, let's take a look. See what you got cooking. Combined Eldrazi precons. Okay, cool. So that's cool that you know how to use the website. Updated 7 months ago. So is this you? This looks wild, bro. I like this. I don't know what it is. I have no clue, but I know the Eldrazi, they're hard to deal with. They do everything, man. They destroy everything. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you pay extra. If you do, copy all spells you control. Then copy all other activated and triggered abilities you control. You may choose new targets for the copies. That sounds good. That sounds a little bit difficult to do in practice. Not to say that because I think though if you're doing these lands where you got the Tron, where you're gonna have so much mana you don't know what to do with, so that's when that comes into play. I like Ugin. This card is a beast, man. I basically copy this person and I have this deck in real life. Yeah, cool, man. That's cool. Yeah, Commander is okay. I got a couple Commander decks on here. I got a Pirates deck. I got a Knights deck. I got Enchantment. Oh, this is... What did I do? Do I have anything here? I was trying... No, I got nothing. I wanted to make a music-themed deck. So, like, Swan Song, Songs of the Damned, Harpist, Drum, Lyrist, War Dance. I don't know. Angel Song. I was just throwing in, like, anything that seemed to be musical. Just trying to get, you know, like, not really trying to, like, win. The Wandering Bard, Song of the, you know, so, like, every card. Because I play guitar. Yeah. But yeah, the Eldrazi stuff, man. I say if you were to throw this down as your commander, I would be scared. I would be scared, especially if I'm playing, you know, like I got this Pirates deck here that's just casual, you know. It doesn't really win games too much. It's just for fun. You know, like Treasure Map. All these cards are pirates. It's just, you know, it's just like a goofy, fun thing to do. So if you were to throw down this, I'd be like, oh my goodness. I still know how to pilot the deck. That's cool that, you know, so you at least know the phrase that, you know, piloting a deck. So I'm trying to use it by reading, but I am more of a visual person to see how it plays. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So, like, I don't like playing Commander too much. I think for a couple reasons. I think especially like in person, you know, it's great to be around people and it's fun. But like for me, like let's say this card here, all that text, if it's across the table from me and upside down, I'm not going to be able to read it. And then you do that with three other players, and there's all these cards, and like I can't read them, and I'm like, you know. So if I play online, I'm at least able to, you know, I can right click and I can say, okay, da 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 da. That's what the card does. I'm still new to the deck and game, and I have difficulty how to pilot the deck, so I'm trying to use it by reading. But I'm more of a visual person to see how it plays. So if someone plays the deck, probably they will do it better than me. Yeah, probably. You know, one thing that takes the pressure off of me, especially like, so that deck that I was just playing right there, this Fairy Ninjas, like, I don't know how to play it. And so I have, because I get really competitive. You know, I'm doing this like one-on-one, as opposed to Commander where, you know, you're casual. So I kind of have to say to myself, Brad, this is just a learning experience. And especially with some of these other decks, I mean, like, what do we got here? Like, this deck here, you know, it's complicated. There's synergy, there's moving part, you know, like, this card needs to kind of go with an indestructible land, and then you have to have it untapped, and then, you know, like, there's so many things to do with it, so you just kind of have to be patient with yourself and kind of go in expecting to lose for a while and just consider it all like a learning experience. And that's what kind of helps me. Like this card here, I just learned something new today with this Gorilla Shaman. And the other thing is like there's so many cards, you could never learn all of them necessarily. But yeah, it sounds like you're into Commander. You know, like find a format that you like enjoy playing, and then just stick with it. I like Pauper for a variety of reasons. You know, there's a format called Historic, and I think especially in the modern format as well, and Legacy, a lot of these decks, the game is literally over in 4.5 minutes. Like, seriously. The game's done in 4.5 minutes. So if you don't have exactly the right thing or whatever, like, you're cooked. The game will be over before you put your second land or third land down. And that literally drove me crazy. And so with the format that I'm playing now, Pauper, it's slow. You get into like turn 14 and even further than that, where doing best of 3 could take you 45 minutes. And I find that to be a more intriguing, just personally, I find that to be a more intriguing play style. As opposed to losing a game on turn 3 and like literally I lost the game in 4.5 minutes. And like, it just feels bad that I'm sitting here just staring at my computer like, man, that just hurts. Like, I didn't even have a chance to try to, be smart and try to make some cool plays. It really didn't matter what cards I had in my hand. Didn't, you know what I mean? Like, all those things that matter. It's just like, oh, they win. Game over. So that's why I like Pauper. But some people like that other kind of stuff too, So there's something for everybody. Yeah. But yeah, I've been streaming almost 8 hours today, drinking coffee. I can't even think straight. Drinking tea, not even coffee. So yeah, it's been a long day. Because I figure, without anybody really, still trying to build the channel, I figure you got to be on for people to find you. So I'm pushing myself to the point of delusion almost. I mean, I know some of these big streamers might do 24-hour streams and whatnot, but it's certainly easier to have somebody to talk to. And let me go ahead and give you a follow back before I forget. And if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go hit the restroom. I'll be right back. Just give me just one moment. Okay, I'm back. Are you still there? You still rocking with me, Nexus? Guess I'll go ahead and I'm gonna. Oh, nice, good, cool, cool, cool. Just figured I'd check, man. Um, all good, all good. But currently working. Okay. So hopefully, I'll do my best to keep you entertained while you're working. I tend to listen to music that's kind of like off the radar a little bit, so I don't get like pinged for like, you know, copyright stuff. So this is like, I listen to a genre called vaporwave and offshoots of that. So like a lot of stuff that sounds like shopping malls. And it's kind of like a whole thing where people write music that sounds like you're in a shopping mall. I wonder if we should get into another game. What do you think? I'm exhausted and I feel like I could use a 5-minute break, but since you're here, you know, I don't want to. I gotta keep you entertained, right? Like Nirvana says, here we are now. Entertain us. So for YouTube, folks, we're gonna go ahead and start a new video. Thank you for watching. Remember, Jesus loves you.